It's week 6 of the National Football League, and our focus is on Dameon Pierce. There's a lot to like from his showing last week, well over 100 yards and a pair of scores.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Pacific Northwest and the bustling city of Portland, Oregon. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Dragons of Tokyo and the Portland River Hogs. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Portland team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for this visiting Tokyo club, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. That's taken it around the 40. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The numbers for him from a week ago. 13 carries, 58 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
Right back to Singletary on 2nd down. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. But you look at this defense. Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions,
And the pressure gets there, and Tua's going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. They're just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Here is third and quite a ways. Tua sets up to pass it. And that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On now to punt, Brad Robbins. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. This now a 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Garoppolo looks to throw. That's underneath to Pierce, and he'll get it down here to the 43. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Pierce will try to pick it up. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Play action. Garoppolo. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They want to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
Garoppolo. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's great. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. And yet again it's Garoppolo. His pass caught with the 4. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And that is incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a big play there. 46 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And he floated one out there, incomplete.
And down here, a 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Campbell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys have taken the lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker.
And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Portland's offense now about set to take over.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Short throw to Disley. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
on play action. Now Garoppolo.
Throw over the middle, caught by the tight end, Gray.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's got this down to the 35. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Garoppolo again. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
2nd and 11. A run for Pierce out of the gun.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Caught left side. It's Beckham. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Tokyo offense heads back out there now. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here.
Again to Calvin Ridley, and he's got it once more.
A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the 1st.
It's a gain of 6. And the Tokyo 1st down.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Singletary, they'll go up the middle, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft them toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is fielded at the 27.
13 yards, the tally on the return there.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
Offense back out there along with Dameon Pierce.
And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
That's good. 4A. 1st and 10 at the
On 1st down, Garoppolo. And he's he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop him.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From midfield, here's Garoppolo.
He hits Dobbs on the crosser.
Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
The partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Short throw to Disley. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
From the 20, here's 2nd and a couple.
Now Garoppolo.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Kenny Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Tokyo set to go on offense once again. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Campbell making the catch. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Tua now on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Tua to throw again. That is caught. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now Tua not liking what he sees, so he's going to signal for a timeout.
As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. Tua now on 1st down. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Dragons will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this 1st half.
And I'm reminded that they get the 2nd half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Extra point try now from Dicker.
And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Going across the middle, and Valdez-Scantling has it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa.
He'll get that to Charbonnet.
Gets through, and now an opening. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Now they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, Park.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is up to 15 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Tokyo offense heads back out there now. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
Now Tua. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. So they bring out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at about the 14. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw.
Gets the dump off to Pierce.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and
Pierce
6.
takes it straight ahead. They'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
Well, it's tough time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 3rd down, here's Pierce.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And on now is the punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
Tokyo set to go on offense once again.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
From the gun, it's Tua. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tua. And that is incomplete.
You still hold your breath a little when Tua gets out of the pocket, but there he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
Back to the air on 2nd down, Tagovailoa. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Tua.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Garoppolo looks to throw. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Quay Walker. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in the Rose City of Portland, Oregon, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. And they'll send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. Dances by him. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Singletary to get the drive started, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Call it a gain of of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Looking to pass. Tua. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Garoppolo's throw complete there to Beckham.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1.
Short throw to Disley.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo.
Oh, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time.
And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
On the handoff, running left, Singletary. Down to about the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives them a 1st down.
1st down, Dragons.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Burgess. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
50-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Portland's offense now about set to take over. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because They're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Taken down at the 41. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They go right back to Singletary. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
For the field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Portland's offense now about set to take over.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Garoppolo on 1st down.
He lets one go deep for Addison.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Gain of 21 yards.
Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo.
That is caught. It's Xavier Hutchinson.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo.
That's underneath to Pierce.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
It's a pickup of 6.
Now Garoppolo.
2nd and 4.
Oh, Del Beckham Jr. with a diving grab. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
And now here is another interception.
Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Singletary again. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Tokyo,
they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Portland, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.